Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Albion Online video. In this video, I am currently in the test server for Albion Online, and I want to share with you some of the upcoming changes to Albion in the next patch, which is the Oberon Patch 5, which is coming very soon. I think it might be dropping Monday, and I just want to share with you guys some of the important stuff. I'm not going to share any of like the weapon changes and any of the armor changes. I just want to show you any kind of big mechanics, such as the Outland Expansion, some of the portal binding resets, and then some small minor tweaks here and there. So I'm in the test server. There's not a lot of people in Caerleon in the test server, and I want to share first. I think I'm going to start with the small things, and the smallest thing possible is that now you can have something called your island manager, which you can store your favorite islands, like kind of like a favorite list. So this actually has been a requested thing for a very long time, and because basically to travel to someone's island, one of your friend's island or your guild island, you would have to click here and go through all of these islands until you found your friend's island, and then you can go into it. But you actually have this tab now, and you can easily keep all the islands here, some of your favorite islands and stuff like that. So it's easier to navigate through your friend's islands or your guild or whatever. So there's a little tab here for the Traveler Planner where you can keep all of your island or your favorite islands pinned. That is the smallest thing. That's kind of just a good player life change. Another player life change is they added a new Caerleon market. So the Caerleon market still exists if you come here. And what happened was, this actually happened to me 2 days ago, or about a day ago. What happened is there were so many people in this marketplace. I think there were over 1,000 people just in this small marketplace, that it crashed this specific zone. The server crashed, and anybody who tried entering the zone would get a black screen, and it was a very chaotic. It was too many people trying to go into the Caerleon market. It was buggy. It took them about a couple hours to fix it, and the way they were going to resolve it for the upcoming patches, it's that they made another market. There are basically two markets now in Caerleon. This is the up level markets. This is where you normally trade, and what you can do is you can go through the bank. So if you go into the Caerleon bank, they added another little zone that you can enter through the bank right here. And if you enter through this would open the secondary markets. So now there's two markets. They're not separate markets, so they're still the same Caerleon quote-unquote market. They're just two different zones. So if one gets overcrowded, you can come to this one, and there should be, it should evenly spread out for, once the game starts growing and growing and growing. Hopefully they don't have that same problem that they did a couple of days ago. Actually, I think it was a day ago, where there were so many people. It was I had 3 accounts that were locked because they were in the Caerleon market, and I couldn't log into them because there were so many people trying to go into the Caerleon market that the server couldn't handle it. So they added another one. So they're exactly the same. They have the same sell orders, the same buy orders. You can sell the same thing. It's the same quote-unquote Caerleon market. It's just 2 different zones. So they did add that. Another thing they did add is the Outland Expansion. I did talk about the Outland Expansion in another video where I explained what they're trying to do, but in the next update there will be a new Outland Expansion, and if we press our inventory, you will see that the Outlands is actually, it kind of like doubled. It almost tripled, but it doubled. They added 3 new territories, or 3 little zones into the Outlands. We got the East and West Glouvia, and then we got the Siluria up here. This is the Royal Continent, and this up here is the new zones that they're adding to the game, starting probably Monday. So I'm actually gonna go and check some of these zones out. I'm currently in Caerleon, and I want to see and just go around and see how these zones are. They're probably exactly the same as the other zones. They just look different. So right here they added this whole entire place. It's kind of a little bugged out. They say there's a little bug where it's not really displaying where the zones are. For example, this zone right here is supposed to be like around this area. There's a little zone up here all the way in the water. It's a little bugged out for now, but they're gonna fix that before they release it. But if we go here into Turrid Trow, this is a new zone that's coming. Oh, someone just Snapchatted me. But it's a new zone. This is a complete new zone that's coming into the game in the next updates, such as a lot more zones. If we open our map one more time, They're adding again this whole entire Siluria and then East and West Glouvia right here. Right now we currently have Anglia, we have Cumbria, and we got Mercia, and they added these 2 extra big territories. But Glouvia, they quote unquote, they say it's 2 territories. It's West Glouvia and East Glouvia. But these are right here. Before, they didn't really share the map exactly. They just had a picture and everything was grayed out. But these are the territories on what kind of territories they are. So the new kind of territory for Caerleon is this one right here called Torre Tro, and it is a desert territory. And then we have the 2 new Fort Sterling. Right here we have Hardstone Quarry, and we have Fairy Fire Fen. And they did this for basically everything. So now, this is actually a problem. Now the Limhurst area can now have access to some stone or some ore territories. Before, these are the current 2 zones that you can go to if you're in Limhurst. You're very far from any kind of ore or mountain or snow territory, but with the new expansion coming very soon, you are 1 zone away from being able to mine ore. So they're fixing this problem by adding new territories. It looks like Glouvia is mostly the snow territory, but you have here, I think this is Thetfort. I think the yellow Thetfort, right? Oh, the Bridge Wedge is yellow. Thetfort is blue. Martlock is blue. I actually don't know. Is Thetfort purple? Yeah, Thetfort is purple. That's cool. Alright, because I'm usually just between Limhurst, Fort Sterling, and Caerleon. So these are the new entire maps. As you can see, they did pretty much the same thing. They just added more territories. The reason they do this is because right now, currently in the game, the Outlands are getting extremely dangerous for new players because there are guilds and people who camp the portal spots, and they continue killing the new players or anyone who's trying to level up. So by adding these new zones, which essentially doubles the Outlands, it should be easier for any kind of low-level player to enjoy or be able to level up or gather high-end tiers of just resources. So it's a little bit improvement. I really like this because I'm also kind of a gatherer. I like gathering when I want to chill. And with this new territories, I can go out and find a new location where there's not a lot of PvP action, and we could be good to go. Now, this could also be the opposite, since, there's new zones coming out. There might be more gankers going to those specific zones because they know that people are more likely to go to that zone. But in general, I think there's more places where you can go where there's less danger overall, which I enjoy. And yeah, there's another thing about the portal binding resets. So currently in the game, there is a problem where if you teleport into, let me just store all of my things here. If you teleport to the Outlands from a territory, let's say from Limhurst, you are locked from teleporting anywhere on the map unless from that Limhurst teleport, that Limhurst area. So if I'm here in Limhurst, and I teleport to one of the Limhurst areas out in the Outlands, I can only enter to these Limhurst areas forever. I would have to go into the Outlands and kind of walk or get a mount and then go all the way to a new teleport to change my destination and be able to be locked somewhere else. So right now I'm currently Caerleon locked. That means I can only use the Caerleon Outland portal, but they added something called the reset. It's called the portal binding reset, and what you can do is every 30 days you can have a chance to reset that binding. So if we come here, they also added this guy right here, the essence guy, but I'll talk about that in a bit. You can actually, right here, it's called binding removal, and this has a 30-day cooldown. But what you can do is you can just get rid of the binding that holds you to go into that specific portal. So right now I'm binding to Caerleon. I can only go to the Caerleon portal. But if I'm here in Fort Sterling and I want to go into the Fort Sterling because, I don't know, I've moved my island or my move guild, or I got a new guild, and they're based in a different city, what you can do is every 30 days you can remove the binding. So let's just remove it, and I'm no longer bind to Caerleon, and I can go into the Fort Sterling territories. So this is a new Fort Sterling territory, Hardstone Quarry, and I'm all the way up here, all the way in Caerleon, and that's how you kind of get rid of the binding. Again, it has a 30-day cooldown, so I can no longer remove my binding for another 29 days and 23 hours or whatever. Another thing that they added is every city now has the energy manipulator, this girl right here, because it really made no sense that only Caerleon had the energy manipulator, especially since there's different guilds in different territories, and guilds have to go all the way from wherever they are to Caerleon just to, you know, get a battle mount or waste their energy, their siphon energy. So the energy manipulator is going to be added to every single city in the game, so you no longer have to go to Caerleon. The black market is still the only thing that is locked to Caerleon, so if you want to do black market trading, you will need to be in Caerleon. That is pretty much all they're updating it for this specific patch, the specific new version of the game. There are a lot of changes to you know, weapons and gear, but I do not want to go over all of them. I'll have a link in the description to the actual post, the forum post, where it tells you exactly what they're changing, all of they're changing. They're changing some stuff about like Hellgates. There's going to be like more Hellgates spawned at a higher rate because of the new territories, and they're also improving a whole other things. They're improving they're optimizing the overhead text. So like, for example, where there's a Lesh, they're optimizing that for any kind of ZVZ activity so you don't lag as much. But that's pretty much it. If you want to read exactly the whole entire thing, I will have a link to the description for you to, you know, check out the new patch coming. I think it's a Monday. Might be somewhere like close, but it's next week. Most likely Monday. As soon as Monday hits, the Monday reset, we're gonna get this amazing new patch. With that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Comment below what you think about the changes coming to Albion Online in the next patch. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later on my next video. Peace.